Hey, it's Wrecked. So recently I saw a tweet. It was discovered that with the new season release, that roughly 75% of players in Battle Royale games are now bots. So it's 75% of players, or what are supposed to be players, that aren't players. So 3/4 of the lobby completely AI. Previously that number was 35, and before that I recall it in chapter 2 season 2 maybe. I think it was around 12%. I think Cypher PK made a video about it way back when. There is kind of this there's this crowd of players that are a bit newer, maybe didn't play in chapter 1 or didn't play much, and I've gotten used to the amount of bots we have and how easy the game has now become, to where they feel like they are entitled to get a win. And no, not like trying to bash these people that have gotten used to the system. I'm just saying this is how Epic Games has kind of created this type of player where people now expect wins to be handed to them. They just want to get on the game, kill a bunch of bots, get a win, and then get off. And that's fine, but that shouldn't affect every other player that has been playing for longer and wants to actually be challenged in the game. Not on a competitive level, and I'll talk about that in a minute, but just generally challenged, right? You're playing a player versus player game, you want to fight other people. I can only speak for myself, but I've been playing since chapter 1 season 3. Every time I get a win in a lobby that was majority bots, I don't feel good about it, especially when the last player is a bot. But I just don't feel good about it because it's not a win. You didn't do anything. If I went and played the entire Halo campaign on easy, I don't feel accomplished, but I play on legendary or even heroic, I feel better about it. It's a lot more fun. There is this balance that's needed to where you don't want games to be extremely sweaty. When I get off of UEFN, working for 5 hours and I want to play a match of Fortnite, kind of calm down, the last thing I want is to fight this competitive wannabe building up and doing all of his trained edits that he does in creative constantly. I play builds mode. If you can't tell, I don't really play zero build, but for me, I don't want to fight the kind of player, no one does. But I also don't want to fight AI. It's the same thing for me, where it's I don't want to fight in a massive sweat, and I don't want to fight a person that's not even a real human being, because it's not fun. So I saw a quote retweet, I won't say by who, but they said that 75% of players being bots is balanced, and that's how it should be. And no offense to them, but I just completely disagree. I think it's way too easy, and it is a part of this issue where Epic Games is making the game so easy because they want people to keep playing. The reason is they want to keep having these people get on the game every day, and they feel accomplished with it because they only play a little bit, maybe a few hours every week, 2 or 3, and then they go play Roblox or something. But kids and extremely easy mode casuals, they want to play against bots because it's way easier, which is fine. They can play bot lobbies and stuff, but then it affects the actual public matches. A lot of replies I've seen related to it have been basically saying that you should just go play ranked if you want to play real players, and I think they don't understand there's a fundamental difference between casual players, competitive players, and then easy mode players is what I'm just going to call them. Easy mode is you go against bots, barely any human beings. You just want to have the easiest time getting a win, basically having it handed to you while you give yourself the illusion that you're getting a win, that you're putting in the effort and doing anything that requires skill. Again, no offense, I'm just saying that is how it is. Then there's competitive players. They're constantly trying to get better. They're trying to try really, really hard. They're playing ranked mode. They're playing the competitive cups in the compete tab. They're playing all this other stuff. They want to be competitive. And then you have the casual players. I'd say I personally fall under where it's you're just a player. You want to fight other human beings and you want to be challenged, but you don't want to seek, the biggest challenge in the world. You don't want to go into competitive cups and such, and I feel like there isn't really any nuance in the conversation here, where a lot of people are saying if you don't like easy mode, go play competitive, and they don't really include the casual. They just call the easy mode the casual, when I feel like that's a very different crowd. Again, you have competitive, casual, and then the easy, you could say casual. It's the most casual in the world type of player. When I go play OG or even Battle Royale and I'm playing build mode, I want to fight real players, and then I see a bot build a 1x1. I'm thinking maybe it's a real person, so I go and fight them, and then they die easily because it's an AI. I don't feel accomplished. Or a lot of people share the same sentiment, and yeah, I think the solution here is just make bot lobbies a thing, because there are people that don't want to play against real people. But this idea of Epic Games catering to this extremely way casual easy mode crowd, it's been going on for years, and also applies to player progression. So we're talking battle passes. We're talking about challenges, all this other stuff. For reference, if you didn't play in chapter 1, battle passes and levels were different systems. The levels kind of gave you like, I think it was like banners every few levels, and you know, a lot of edit styles would require you to get to like, let's say Ultimate Knight. I think Ultimate Knight's origin style, you had to get to level 60. I might be getting that wrong, but I'm pretty sure that was how you got the edit style. You had to get to level 60. But in order to complete the battle pass, you had to do challenges and earn battle stars. 10 battle stars equals a single tier. It was a lot more difficult to get to tier 100 back then, and that's what made it feel like you were accomplishing something, right? Or do my daily challenges, do my weeklies, you know, just play a bunch of matches, try really hard to grind through everything that I possibly can because I need to get to tier 100. That's why people bought the battle bundle, because it was a lot more difficult to reach tier 100. But when you did, you felt accomplished. With this new season, and every season since, at some point in chapter 2, you just get to tier 100 and boom, you have Jenna. Back in chapter 7 season 2, I gifted my girlfriend the battle pass back then because I had a new jewel skin and she wanted it. So I gifted her it, and then like a day before the season ended, I went through the entire battle pass in a single day. Got her to like tier 130 or something, whatever the requirement was to get the jewels bonus style. You should not be able to get that many tiers in a single day. It's way too easy. And then all the challenges are easy, and there's challenges for every single game mode, and they all stack, so you can just get levels constantly. So every single aspect of progression, of the actual match progression too, like everything in the game, it's starting to feel like it in the past few years catered to a very easy mode crowd that doesn't want to put in effort into the game. They just want everything handed to them. Epic Games have experimented with the idea of making battle passes more difficult before. Players were not happy whatsoever when levels were harder to earn. And now we have, you know, 200 levels that you need to reach to be able to unlock every single cosmetic for the battle pass, because just reaching tier 100 is way too easy, so you have to get double the amount. And then, because it doesn't feel like you have anything to progress at the end of the season, they have the new sprite system. I know this is a really hot take, but me personally, I wish there was 150 tiers in the battle pass, and each tier was as difficult to get through as it was in chapter 1. That extends to the challenges too. I want all the challenges to be as difficult as they were back in chapter 1. You had to like really do a bunch of stuff for those challenges. You know, you wouldn't just complete them all in a single match. You had to, you know, play quite a few matches to complete all of them. You had to go out of your way to do it. I feel the same for matches. We should have no bot for any higher skill player. Anyway, if you disagree with me, agree with me, whatever, tell me in the comments. You know, I'm open to discussion, as long as it's a positive discussion and not, you know, just hurrying into insults being thrown at each other, because I know Fortnite players are not mature. You know, they start name calling when you disagree. That's all for the day, though. I just want to make a really quick commentary talking about my thoughts on this topic. If you guys like these commentaries, I might still do them. I'm just doing them every once in a while when I feel like there's something I want to talk about. But yeah, that's about it. Use code REX in the Fortnite item shop if you want to support me. Go play Flawless Cowboy in Fortnite. Link to all the maps, or map codes rather, are in the description. Have a good one. See ya.